Did you say something?
Let me join the Counter Sentinel unit.
I know I suggested that you join the Southern Forces, but I didn't mean the Counter Sentinel unit. My unit is always working on the front lines, fighting Northern forces and ferocious Sentinels. Danger is our constant companion.
Northern forces, Sentinels, it's all the same to me. What matters is defeating them. Besides, I hear that there are lots of people in your unit who are on the Northern forces hit list. In which case, it makes it all the more likely that I'll encounter Elgar sometime soon.
No, impossible. I can't allow you to join the Counter Sentinel unit.
Fine, then I'll go north on my own.
Juto! Oh, for goodness sake. Joining the Counter Sentinel unit means that you will have to obey my orders from now on. Understand?
Understood.
If you should ever be unable to accompany us on a mission, you will be immediately expelled. Is that clear?
I concur. If you choose our unit for the sole purpose of pursuing your own goal, don't expect a warm welcome. Is that clear?
Yeah. Don't slow us down too much.
You have to be cocky about everything, don't you, Pipsqueak?
That will be enough, you two. You're brothers in arms now.
Things are going to be rowdy around here from now on.
So many things were happening all at once that, frankly, I was utterly confused. But my resolve to avenge Melissa's death was the one thing I was certain of. At the time, my head was filled with countless questions about myself.
So, has anything unusual happened around here while we were away at Highwind Island?
There sure has. While you guys were shooting it out on that island, the rest of us were here fighting a battle at Old Fox Canyon. In the end, we turned tail and ran, though.
It was because of the enemy general, Sion Regral, wasn't it?
Right. As long as he's protecting the canyon, it'll take more than a half-baked force to take him on. Plus, there's one other annoying problem.
Annoying?
Werewolves. They teamed up with the Northern forces and attacked the Southern forces. Their condition for working together must have been that all the booty would go to the werewolves.
I thought that they'd been lying low for a while, but they were letting the Northern forces do the dirty work while they reaped the profits.
Which is why General Headquarters has sent down orders for the Counter Sentinel unit to take out the werewolves' main base. Well, having you two back will certainly make things easier. Those crybabies in the regular army aren't any use at all.
So that's the situation. Juto, I hope you were paying attention just now. Forcing the werewolves to submit will be your first mission. Understood?
Understood.
What, we're bringing this guy along too? Well, just hang back and watch or something, okay?
Right back at you.
Talk big while you can. Oh, don't pee in your pants when we're facing those werewolves. Got it?
Say what?
Just drop it. I thought I said that you're teammates now.
I haven't accepted this guy as one of us yet.
And welcome back to MagnaCarta 2 Part 4. And today we are going to be on our first Counter Sentinel unit mission. And we've actually got party members now too, so we can actually equip stuff to the other people now, I guess. But let's defense resist, defense. Defense and resist we'll go with. We'll give Zephy the defense. The Argo is attacker, it looks like. Zephy's magic. And Crocell is fire. Magic. Fire magic. Okay. Alright. Wonder. Formation. So we can change formation and bring someone else in, it looks like, if we want to. Alright. Cool. So, let's talk and see what's up. We will execute the assignment to eliminate werewolves. What a surprise! At werewolves side with the northern forces, we must subdue them. I was once a renowned warrior myself years ago. Don't mess with me. But look at me now, eradicating monsters every day. It's too much to take, darn it. No, not yet. Doesn't look like I'm missing anything in here, so let's go on out. Wait, do you have a minute? You're with the Southern Forces. EM. I'm not glad to see you. I'm EM. With the Merchants Guild. This is sudden, but I need a favor. I heard some Merchant Guild staffers are in big trouble at the command mine. I called in some help right away, but they're nowhere near enough, so I want you to help us out. The Southern Forces are obligated to protect the Merchant Guild, so you'll do as I ask, won't you? Need to safely escort the staff to the command mine. The staffer is waiting outside the city. Alright. Knows the way to the mines, so just follow him there. He can fight more or less, but he is a Merchant Guild member, so make sure you protect him. Okay, so there's our first mission, and I guess we're going to be picking up missions throughout the game like that. Hopefully they have markers on them instead of just being kind of random. Let's see. So we can go to the Southern General Headquarters, Merchants Guild, which I don't need to go to anywhere, I guess, yet. So let's just go to the marker, the map marker. Stuck. Okay, so I'm up on a ledge, I guess. That was annoying. There's a way up over here too, so let's go that way. I know I'm just kind of wandering around right now, looking around, seeing if there's any chests laying around, anything like that. Really not going anywhere specifically or looking for anything specifically. Graphics are not bad in this game though, for being, what is it, like over 10 years old? The audio sounds kind of dated, but
Juto, take this.
What?
Come on, you don't even know what a cube is? Are you sure you really want to give him a cube?
Of course I am. He's a member of the Counter Sentinel unit now.
What the heck is a cube? Is it really that big a deal?
Allow me to graciously enlighten you, my ignorant friend. A cube is a device that allows you to receive letters from others.
How do you get letters with something like this?
First, you enter the characters into the cube. It converts those into con, slips it into the con that flows throughout the world, and it's sent to the pillar in whatever region you want.
What?
Oh well, I suppose your brain isn't capable of understanding even when it's explained to you. Look, just try to remember that cubes are used to send and receive letters. That's a dedicated Southern Forces cube, so if there are any Southern Forces pillars in the area, you'll be able to send and receive.
Pillars? The ones you use to save memories?
Well, I'll be, you knew that. Pillars make it possible to save human memories by converting them into con. The Southern Forces pillars are all interconnected, so the pillars can share information between each other. Also, all letters sent by someone using a cube are delivered by pillars to their recipient. And you can check the letters you've received from the main menu. Our operation orders sometimes come in via cube, so make sure you check it.
Don't be such a know-it-all.
Everybody knows this stuff.
That's enough. Juto, as a member of the Counter Sentinel unit, you'll do most of your fighting in a group from now on. Would you like to study party combat?
So I am going to have to do this because I don't remember how.
The situation is exactly the same as it was on Highwind Island.
Do you know how party combat works? Would you like to learn?
Yes.
Well, in that case, I think we should put the party combat method into practice, all right? All right, I'll teach you how party combat works. Let's try fighting against a claw beast.
Right.
Argo and Crocell, I know you know this already, but pay attention anyway. A party is comprised of one leader and two people who provide support. The leader can be controlled directly. The leader can also be changed to any party member at any time. The leader can also be freely changed amongst party members. Only the leader can use signature techniques or items, so swap out the leader according to how the battle is proceeding.
What do you do to switch leaders?
In the battle menu, under the leader heading, choose a leader from the list of party members. When you press the Y button and open the battle menu, you'll be able to switch headings by pressing the right bumper or the left bumper. Put the cursor on the member you want to make leader and press the A button. At the moment, Juto, you are the leader. Why don't you...
Alright.
Nicely done! In the battle menu, there are also headings for items and AI settings, in addition to leader. Now don't forget, while you're in combat mode, you can do things like use an item or change a member's fighting methods only by utilizing the battle menu.
Understood.
Next, I'll explain how to check a party member's status. In combat mode, information regarding the members who are fighting is displayed on the left-hand side of the screen. Keep an eye on everyone's stamina, strength, and con conditions as a guide for deciding when to switch leaders.
Right.
Also, you can check out the arrow that indicates direction, which is displayed next to each member's name. If you press the direction pad in the direction of the arrow, the corresponding member will become leader. You can switch leaders instantly without opening up the battle menu. All right, let's try it out for real. While in combat mode, try using the direct...
You can use directional pad, the battle menu, or the main menu to change the leader. Change the leader using directional pad in combat. Just choose the arrow that corresponds to the character. To change the leader from the battle menu, open the menu. To change the leader formation, start button. Okay. So we need to go to
Take your
Crocell.
weapon.
There we go.
Hey, I'm leader, huh?
This method of switching leaders via the direction pad is especially vital to success in battle. By switching leaders using the direction pad, there is a way to pass on the power of overdrive to the next leader. Now, when you do this, one of the party members will experience overheat, but in exchange, the new leader will be strengthened. We call this a chain.
Oh, so when in overdrive, I just need to use the direction pad to change leaders.
That's right, but I'm afraid that just being in overdrive isn't really enough. You need to use a skill while in overdrive, and then when you overheat afterwards, you can simply change leaders using the direction pad. Now then, are you having trouble continuing with the skill after you enter into overdrive? If you're having difficulty, you should be able to use a skill after you've expended nearly enough stamina to enter overdrive.
So, I should time my use of skills to when I'm approaching overdrive then?
That's right. Crocell is the leader now, so try to have him initiate a chain state with you.
Why do I have to work with that bozo?
That's in order. Now try it.
When you change the leader by using the direction pad, the overdrive status you built up can be passed on to another leader. This is called chain. In order for the chain to occur, you need to follow these procedures. Also, if you start attacking in chain state and come to a stop, your chain will end. Use a skill in overdrive status, change leader and overheat status by using the directional pad. Okay. While in chain state, your attack power will increase by 1.5 times. Just like in overdrive status, effects of recovery skills will become greater. Also, chain will end after the following conditions. You do not begin attacking before the overheat state of the previous leader is cancelled. You switch from combat mode to movement mode. When chaining the leader, the previous character with the chain is unable to fight. Alright, so I need to do this.
Don't hold a grudge against me.
You'll get better soon.
you need my
Calm
power?
down and wait to be healed.
Alright! I'm pretty.
When in a chain state, your attack strength goes up 1.5 times, just as it does in overdrive. Also, just as it does in overdrive, the established chain state ends the moment you stop attacking.
So you need to attack in a hurry then?
Don't rush things. Even if you've entered the chain state, you don't need to begin attacking right away. When you enter the chain state, the member who was the previous leader enters an overheat state. Remember? You just need to make sure to begin attacking as much as you can before that member's overheat state is lifted. That's why when you're in a chain state, you should act calmly while observing the battle situation closely.
Understood.
Next, I'll explain how to use a chain in an even more powerful way. If you use up all your stamina while in a chain state, you enter into a new drive state. When this happens, your attack strength becomes double normal. This is called chain drive.
That's amazing.
But just as with overdrive, if you suddenly stop while in chain drive, you'll fall into an overheat state. And so, just as when you initiate a chain, you use skills while in a chain drive state. If you do this, the two members performing the chain will have their stamina completely restored and won't fall into an overheat state. We call this a chain break. All right, let's try it for real.
During chain state, if your gauge becomes red after stamina is depleted, your attack power will double. This is called chain drive. It's just like overdrive state. When the chain drive state ends, you'll go back to overheat state. But when you use a skill in chain drive state, you will gain a bonus. If a chain break is successful, you will not return to an overheat state after the chain drive is ended, and your stamina will be fully restored. When changing the leader, the previous character with the chain will also restore stamina in full, so you have an advantage as you proceed with combat. Also, chain will not connect into a third person, so it will end with a successful chain break. In order to do a chain drive or chain break, it is important for you to maintain the use of stamina by using formation on the main menu. You can change party members or change the AI settings in the battle menu. If you make these kinds of changes, your battle will become much easier.
This fight just got serious.
Yeah, I'll do whatever you need to. I'll take care of this.
Uh-oh.
Why don't you rest a little? I'll show you the power of Tremor.
I shouldn't play the mod. Leave it to me. Another one. That was great timing, huh?
Well done! Chain drive and chain break might have powerful effects, but they come with great risks. If you fail to use skills while in chain drive, you'll lapse into an overheat state. That means that 2 members of the party will be in an overheat state, so it's extremely dangerous. When in a chain state, depending on your stamina and con, it's best not to take unnecessary chances.
Right.
Stamina consumption amounts vary from member to member, so doing things like changing party members will make it easier to fight. You should also try changing members' fighting methods under the heading marked AI settings in the battle menu.
Understood.
Finally, this might not have much to do with party combat, but here's one last thing. I'm going to teach you all about Attribute Con. Juto, just as you and Argo use skills that utilize Strength Con, Crocell and I use wizardry that utilizes Attribute Con. Although I can create Wind Con and Crocell can create Fire Con, people who are able to create Attribute Con in this manner are referred to as wizards.
What's the difference between Strength Con and Attribute Con?
It works exactly the same as when Strength Con is generated as you attack your enemy during combat, but Attribute Con isn't generated within the body. Con is generated in the space where you're fighting, so if you leave that location, you can't use the con that you generated. Also, it fades as time passes, so if you cause con to be generated, you should make aggressive use of skill. Crocell, to make it easier to understand, use a skill that uses Fire Con.
Sure. Watch close now.
There are 4 types of Attribute Con in the world, as well as Strength Con. Attribute Con is made up of fire, water, lightning, and wind. Wizards absorb one of these to use their wizardry. Wizards can generate Attribute Con by using standard techniques. The generated con will appear on the battlefield in the form of a ball of light. Also, you can see how much usable con there is by checking the con gauge on the combat screen. Attribute Con is generated in the area you are fighting. For this reason, if you leave the place the con was generated, you will not be able to use the con. Also, the con will vanish a set time after it is created. It is necessary to treat it differently than Strength Con, which will remain after it is created, leaving you free to move. Wizards can use specific skills to convert an Attribute Con into an item. If you use an item that was created from an Attribute Con in combat mode, another Attribute Con will be created on the spot. In addition to Attribute Con generated by wizards, there is also Attribute Con that exists naturally in the game world. This is called Environment Con. Environment Con is automatically replenished even after wizards expend it using skills. It does not fade over time either. If an area is rich with Environment Con, wizards will be able to use skills much more easily, so you should make aggressive use of it. The amount of available Environment Con is displayed next to the minimap. Also, you can see the combat amount, the combined amount of Attribute Con and Environment Con created by wizards on the combat screen's con gauge.
Turn everything down!
We've got the 3
Let's go!
Blazing Spears.
I'll help. Although sometimes your face really...
Do you understand? Crocell is going to send you all the information he thinks you might need on Attribute Con and Environment Con via Q as soon as he's able.
Why do I have to do it?
Do as Zephy tells you.
Fine, alright.
Alright, let's go and slay some werewolves.
Oh yeah, I've been itching to get to this. Let's hurry up and do it.
Shows the difference in our level of power. Hey, you need my power? Let's go.
I got orders from HQ and I've been killing groups of pierce worms, but then pierce worms are monsters that are so weak that hunters don't even bother with them, right? But there was one in the group that has poison, a deadly poison. It looks just like a pierce worm, but this one's called a poison worm and it's a gaudy colored. I have antidote with me, but there's way too many to handle alone. My medicine is limited too. I'll give you this antidote, so will you kill 3 poison worms for me? Sure. If you get hit with a poison condition, treat it right away with the antidote right away. If the condition is left untreated, you'll soon start to lose HP and eventually die, so be careful. Okay then, I'll leave it to you. Okay, how do I check the messages? It said I had one, so I guess I gotta go to the pillar. I'll try that out. Well, how do I... Alright, so change the AI setting on Juto just to give him a little bit more usability. Alright, so we found our first poison worm.
Not done.
Big man!
All right, let's do this. What's right? Aren't you stubborn?
I'm coming! You can't not value lives.
Princess, don't
Leave it
push
to
yourself. You will scorch me if anything happens to you.
Now we got another poison worm in this group of pierce worms.
I should still be able to fight with this. All right.
Juto, leave the rest to me. Purcell, I get your enthusiasm, but you should rest too.
Darn, I keep missing the chain. I guess these things aren't strong enough to get a chain though.
Another one! Big man, huh? Even so, can't do anything without me, huh?
Right, Purcell, I will back you up.
Alright, so let's go. He's got a check mark now, so let's go back to that guy. Good work out there. So, what did you think of being poisoned? Bet you don't want to experience it again, huh? To guard against conditions, always keep your eye on restoration items. There are also skills and wizardry that can cure conditions. Use them wisely. Alright. How do I check? Okay, B is how I check cube mail. I'm not gonna read these. Well, maybe I will. I sent this as a test, so I wonder if it arrived. I think you'll be confronting myriad myriad realities now that you're part of the Counter Sentinel unit, but no matter how big things get, don't lose yourself. Don't forget our unit's objective. Best of luck to both of us. Let's do our best. I'm not going to read everything that everybody sends, so you can pause it and read it if you want to. Alright. We'll move on. Actually, I don't like the icon just blinking up there, so I'm just going to read all of them. Okay, so standby members only get 70% of EXP, unless it's a quest reward. So it's good to swap out your members from time to time just to get them all leveled. So because we're not using Argo right now, and you can see the orbs flying now. Now we know it was in Azure Bell Forest. For the attribute con.
Let's go! Not done!
Finally noticed my power. Call me anytime. I get your enthusiasm, but you should rest too.
I guess there's nothing out here strong enough to actually get a chain off them. Where was supposed to go? Supposed to be going to Werewolf's hideout, but come on, mine is where I want to go. So I need to head the other way and down. That way we can go and get the merchant guild person. If I haven't already missed them, that is, because they said they were going to be outside the gate, I thought. And I don't see anyone outside the gate, so... Okay, maybe I do see someone outside the gate. Ah, you're the Southern Forces troops that will go with me to the mine. I appreciate your assistance. Apparently mine workers were hurt when they were attacked by those werewolves. Werewolf attacks are awfully powerful, mind you. Their wounds are pretty serious, I hear. So, we put together some healing medicine in a hurry. If we don't treat them soon, they might die. You already have everything you need, right? Let's go. Alright, I'll lead the way, so make sure you keep up. If you move to another area during an escort or load, after saving, you will fail this quest. Okay. So I guess we'll just kind of run forward and kill the pierce worms.
Juto, I don't want you to push yourself too hard.
And then he runs off, so I gotta be careful not to get into a overheat state.
I should still be able to... Not done!
And then I go right into one again.
Please, Juto, I want you to call me whenever you need my help.
Time to face defeat. Let's go. Anyone who dares oppose
Herself,
me will
I
be
will back you
charged.
up.
Let's go! Still okay. Got it, another one!
Juto, leave the rest to me.
Can't do it.
Herself, get your enthusiasm, but you should rest too.
I should still be able to fight.
Alright, these are werewolves.
I don't want you to push yourself too hard.
Right, here's the finishing blow. Take this.
Press out. Sure, I'll be right over. I can't. That went well.
There we go. Get a chain break on that. Phew, looks like we made it safely. Thanks for your help. We have to treat the wounded ASAP. You really saved our hides this time. I hope our paths cross again. Alright, nice. Alright, it looks like we got a lot of quests here and a chest. So I'm gonna go and take the chest and we will save these missions for the next one. Thanks for watching and I'll see you then.